Mistress Claressa Shields has Ray J scared straight into backtracking from the truth. A call from Lemmy had to get in? No. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Claressa Shields. Surprise, surprise. AKA Pap's Mistress. AKA Pap's Entanglement. AKA Pap's Pick Me. AKA Pap's Side Chick. Or as Chris Cyborg would say, it is duck hunting season. Claressa is a scaredy cat. Claressa always claims that she wants the smoke, but anytime people give her the smoke, she always, you know what I'm saying, plays victim and acts like it is everyone that is against her. Now, I've talked plenty about Ray J and his shenanigans. The biggest question I still have to this day: what really happened with Whitney Houston? What really happened that night with Whitney Houston? Can anybody answer that for me? You know what I'm saying? You know, the same Ray J that said that he did not have that much longer to live and be on this earth, that he allegedly has a heart condition, and even enlisted his mother to get on the internet and cry on his behalf. Him always making things about himself, especially at the expense of his sister Brandy. You know what I'm saying? All of the shenanigans that he was doing to make himself be seen on the Brandy and Monica tour, and then causing all that controversy by putting us in the group chat of who Beyonce and Jay-Z did or did not greet backstage, as if it was our business to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Just doing unnecessary stuff that led to Ray J not being invited to Brandy's Walk of Fame. And from what I saw, was not a part of Brandy's book tour, in which she said that she had to take a step back from her brother. Her brother was doing too much. I think Ray J is in a place in his life to where ultimately the music's not musicking anymore. That the acting isn't acting anymore. You were brought on these shows to basically end these shows. You know what I'm saying? These shows left quick, fast, in a hurry once they brought you in. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, you're trying to see what the kids are up to. So you see the success of Kai Cenat and Diddy G as streamers, and you decide, you know what I'm saying? I can do that. You know what I'm saying? And in between all of this, you're doing these cringy interviews, alluding to stuff about Diddy, alluding to suspect stuff about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just weirdness, right? And if you have all these health conditions, why are you presenting yourself in environments where it's not going to help your health condition? And let's not forget the ultimate nonsense that took place, which is what you and your estranged wife, Princess, happened on Thanksgiving with the GUN threats and all the problematic things that took place, you know what I'm saying? And ultimately as well, having to go to court, not being able to see your kids on their birthdays and all of the things because of your erratic behavior and shenanigans. In the midst, you were hosting a show on Zeus Network called Love Cabin, which is Temu Dollar Tree version of Love Island, and are hitting on the contestants. So much so, you are entangled as we speak with Temu Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? When is your divorce going to be finalized? So I just want to let y'all know, in summary, that I drag Ray J quite often and quite a bit, right? Including when he inserted himself in the Brandy versus Shine of it all and making matters 100 times worse. However, in this video, I need to speak on something that he actually was correct about and then backtracked. So, about some days ago, I really wasn't going to do a video on it because, you know, it just felt like it was something that was obvious that didn't really need to be stated, but Ray J is allegedly quote unquote training for this upcoming fight. You know what I'm saying? The Zeus Network extravaganza on August 15th that is supposed to be a main card of Claressa Shields and Kay Scott, but there's all these other things that are taking place that is overshadowing it, right? So Ray J is like, listen, look at here. Let's keep it a buck with Atlanta. They're here to see me. They're here to see everybody that is affiliated with the Zeus Network. They're not trying to see you, Otis. They're not here to see you, Claressa Shields. It don't matter if they're there on time or not. Heck, some people might even leave when Claressa's fight starts. like I'm adding some butter on it, but you know what I'm saying? Basically, Ray J was saying that Zeus Network is selling the tickets. Zeus Network is selling the tickets, the brand of baddies, the brand of people being interested in, Ray J shenanigans, especially after that fight that he had where apparently it, quote unquote, didn't go according to script. Hopefully, people stop dealing with Aiden Ross and his nonsense because y'all continue to get set up for the okie doke. Because wasn't that the same thing that happened in the Blueface fight where something didn't, quote unquote, go according to plan? But all Ray J was basically saying was that, because of the way that this type of fight is set up, because it's not set up as a traditional boxing match, that the people are there to see Zeus, which I'm a little bit of confusion as to why Claressa would be upset at such commentary, considering that is what her whole point was at the presser that nobody was at, but Win Records and Salida Promotions. At that presser, Claressa was trying to sell Zeus Network being on the undercard and felt that this was a great partnership, even though I don't know if she really believed it because her facial expression said otherwise, but she was really thinking in her mind, or maybe somebody tried to convince her of this in her mind, that this is going to automatically sell out because of how viral everything baddies goes on the Shade Room and on the Neighborhood Talk, but that's not reality. You can't merge real boxing fans, real people that follow boxing, and merge it with baddies. That is two completely different audiences. Two completely different audiences. And ultimately, the tickets are not selling. The tickets are not doing what it needs to do, right? So in the 11th hour, they decide to add some real boxers to this undercard to try to sell it. But the biggest issue, even before we get to the Zeus Network of it all, is really the main card fight itself, with all the cash SHIT Claressa talks on the internet, and you shell out an opponent who's only had 7 professional fights. But you swear that you are on the same level as an Amanda Serrano, as a Katie Taylor, you know what I'm saying? And as all of these great boxing legends. All because you're undefeated. But when people look deeper into the undefeated of it all, you only have 3 knockouts, and people feel as though some of your opponents are, you know what I'm saying? Those were opponents you should have beat. You should have knocked out. So I think Claressa got wind of this. I think Claressa called Lemmy. Ray J's bashing me. Ray J's saying nobody's trying to see me, Otis. I need you to do something. I need you to say something. Even though nobody else is promoting this fight at Zeus. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else at Zeus is even promoting this. That they did that 1-2 post, and they did that presser, and then they dipped out. That they were like, we got other SHIT to promote. We got baddies. It's all about baddies and the bad boys over here at Zeus. We ain't got time. We'll see you August 15th. But it was obvious that a call came in because Ray J came back and said this.
Real fast. Thank you, Claressa. Thank you, Lemmy. Thank you, Zeus. Thank you to the Boxing Commission. Our fight is an exposition or expedition or exhibition.
Ray J looks the people at Scared Straight. You remember that show, Scared Straight? You know what I'm saying? Where they throw them and it's like the bad kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, look at here. This is what prison's gonna look like for you if you keep disobeying your parents, if you keep disobeying your family. But because what is this? Ray J doesn't even believe what he's saying. And the fact that you have to ask what is taking place, are you reading from a script? Are you reading from a script? Because this is nonsense. And this is what I'm talking about with Claressa, of how insecure she is, how pressed like a panini she is. She is so desperate for everyone to always sing her praises and not keep it a buck, because if you keep it a buck, that takes away, you know what I'm saying, the facade, the smoke and mirrors, the stunts and shows that Claressa likes to do. Let's continue.
Our fight is an exhibition. Once our shits are done, it stops. And then it goes into the fucking pro shit. And so I just wanted to make it clear. We the biggest on the expedition. We the biggest on the exposition. You the biggest, period. The best woman fighter of all time. So thank you. All right? Can't wait to be there. Just wanted to humble myself and humble down what was said earlier so it don't get twisted. I'm looking forward to it.
Nah, Ray J, you need more people. You need more people. I don't believe this. I believe you got a call from Lemmy. I believe Claressa complained that Ray J is trying to make his, fight with Orlando and, you know what I'm saying, the baddies fight bigger than my fight, and we can't have that. But Claressa, that is effectively what you did by putting Zeus Network on the undercard. By putting Zeus Network on the undercard, you thought those tickets were going to sell out quick, fast, in a hurry. And all people are talking about is what the baddies are doing. And even you leaned into it for content. You know what I'm saying? You leaned into it for content. But because Ray J said what everyone else is thinking, and it's coming from a celebrity, even if he's no longer, considered an A-list celebrity, he's still a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, he was right. He was right that people are going to show up whenever and whatever to see the Zeus undercard. That's going to be the main event, and that they'll probably walk out for yours. Miss Shanika just said the other day she doesn't even want to go to your fight and has tickets. People don't respect this matchup. You were doing all that bragging, I get to fight in Atlanta. I'm the first woman to fight in Atlanta. And it is an SHIT show. It is an SHIT show. That Zeus was getting too much, promotion, too much coverage. People were dragging your opponent, Claressa, because it was really the audacity. People were dragging you because it was really the audacity. That now you bring on real fighters and nobody's talking about it. And I peeped y'all last flyer. Doesn't even have Zeus Network on there. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't even have the undercard fights on there with Ray J and baddies. But you said in that presser that y'all did that so that the tickets could be pushed, so that the tickets could sell. You even did a live stream after that, saying, this is going to be a good working relationship with Zeus, and it's about selling the tickets and da-da-da-da-da, and we're going to sell out. Does it look like that this fight is sold out, you guys? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And Claressa knows that. Claressa knows that she has effed up majorly with all of her shenanigans have finally caught up to her. That now you have to use Zeus Network for promotion. But Zeus Network has abandoned their own promotion. But Ray J wasn't wrong with what he initially said, that Zeus Network is the main event. And that's probably why tickets aren't selling as well, is because they go viral every day. And most of the people, you know what I'm saying, don't need Zeus Network to see what Zeus is going viral for. They're always in the blogs. You don't even need a Zeus Network subscription to watch baddies or anything, because the Shade Room and the Neighborhood Talk are going to post the clips anyways. They're going to post the clips anyways of the latest beat 'em down that's taking place, of the latest pulling of the hair and dragging each other down. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to have the streaming network. So why would you try to merge that with actual boxing fans, actual boxing experts that actually want to see real boxing? Like the plot has been lost for so long that y'all really thought that y'all could play in these people's faces. And now that it's backfired, you guys are trying to go back and course correct. And you guys are too little and too late, and this is what happens when you are banned from all things MVP promotions and you do not have formidable opponents to fight anymore because of your reckless behavior on the internet and how you treat people in real life, and the bullying and the attacking and the harassment that you do of others, but then get online and play victim that it's always against you. And then how you treat your family, how you treat your friends, how you treat all these people. All of this is a reflection of you. And then ultimately platforming yourself, desperate to be considered a star and a celebrity by being with Remy's husband, by being with a married man that is not going to be divorced ever, that is not going to be legally single for you ever, that is never going to have a divorce decree ever, filing for divorce, filing papers, and there are no dockets of any divorce hearings, of any divorce proceedings, of any parenting classes, of any custody agreement discussion hearings and family court. And you're sitting up here looking like Bobo the Fool in these interviews, talking about, oh, it's the big word, divorce. And if, you say that's her husband, you have to call, him, her, that's his wife. We've been saying that. You're not saying anything that's breaking news. But what you're not saying is that man is single, because he's definitely not. But Claressa has nobody to blame but herself. She wanted this. If you dish it out, you better be able to take it. That's all I got to say on this. So that is it for this video. I need y'all to do me the biggest favor, and that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. There is that. That is it. That is all. It's todos es final. It's finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.